welcome to the Buzzcast. This is the third Buzzcast and the second of the Web3 Perspective series. We're here with Mark Wieder. Did I say that right? Wieder?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Podcast with Mark Wieder.
Wieder. Mark, tell us a bit about yourself.
So you want me to hold this?
If you want to hold, you can hold.
I'll hold it. Yeah, sure. Oh, about myself. Okay, go right ahead. So we're sitting in this bus. You're throwing a party right now. You got all these vendors that are out here having a good time. The music is great. The birds are running wild, meeting folks. And I just got back from Art Basel, Miami. I was speaking at a conference there talking about AI and blockchain. At Decentral was the name of the conference. And met a lot of really great people, a lot of builders that are building in the bear market. I thought that was really, really great. You go to these events and you meet people and they're working on a project and there's just like enough people there's people there, you're having fun, you're hanging out, and these people are like actively building right now, even though crypto prices are down, and NFT sale volumes are down, and we're gearing towards a recession, and we're exiting COVID pandemic, and the world's changing, and there's these people out there that are making art and thinking about blockchain and new products. And so that was really, really motivating and really exciting. If you're in the crypto and Web3 space already, I think this next year, 2023, go to events, put yourself out there, meet folks, shake hands. You're going to meet CEOs, CTOs, marketing creatives, like builders, artists, and I'm establishing lifetime friendships. So, I entered the Web3 space, I guess, about a year and a half ago. First got into trading cryptocurrencies. I found out that it was easy to trade them. I like stocks, right? And I finally found out that I could sign up for Coinbase or Gemini or whatever and buy crypto. And so I started going to events, and I lucked out because it was the bull run, so prices are going up.
Yeah, I'm good, but it's the bull run.
Exactly. So you go from like a couple $100 to a few thousand. You're like, oh my, like that's great, and then you spend it all on stupid stuff. But no, I actually was like, oh, this is really cool, and no, it wasn't just about making money. I was really got into blockchain. I'm like, well, what am I buying? What does this thing do? Why are people into cryptocurrency? And obviously it's because of the backbone, Bitcoin and blockchain. And I was like, oh, okay, this blockchain thing's really interesting. So I'm an attorney, and I left my job as an attorney to start a charitable popcorn shop. And so I built a brand. I got into a technology accelerator.
Which one?
It was in Pennsylvania. I was living in central Pennsylvania. It's called Catamaran. It still exists. Basically, there's this design firm. They build tech products. And they were trying to showcase not just their clients' work, but they were trying to support entrepreneurs in the area. So they put together an accelerator where they would end up building they would help you go through the process of build, measure, learn. Like, well, this is what we think the product is. Let's talk to a whole bunch of people, refine that, do a competitive analysis, come up with a business strategy. And then once that was all laid out, they would build the product for you. So we built a product. It was really, really cool way it's a play on digital identity and for school students to showcase their work in a professional manner. And I was like, this is a really cool product. I wasn't able to continue building it because of my time commitments with the popcorn shop. Was growing that. Moved to Puerto Rico, got into P18, a few other accelerators.
With the same project?
Yeah. Well, the business had gone from a charitable popcorn shop to a brick and mortar, a storefront where we had multiple products to a
multiple popcorn?
Well, we had multiple flavors, but by that point we went by the pop shop, and we were selling popcorn, soda pop, popsicles, and these sandwiches we made called Pop Toast. Dude, the popsicles were great. So my partner at the time she's Boricua, so she would like introduce me to limber. She'd say limbe at the time. We were living in Pennsylvania, so we would make like coconut. We make these popsicles that were like the limbers that exist here in Puerto Rico, and we used fresh fruit, all natural ingredients, coconut, stuff like that. They were great, and we made these drinks with real citrus, real ginger, flor de Jamaica, y otras cosas, and we were like carbonating them at our spot. And you're getting excited, I can tell.
Yeah. So you're basically doing R&D and creating your own stuff.
Yeah. Being creative with food and drinks. And local businesses in Pennsylvania were asking us to like stock our drinks in their store. So we created.
But this was before or after you were a lawyer?
After I was an attorney.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to business school, Virginia Tech. I moved back to Central Pennsylvania to go to law school. Went to law school. I was an attorney for 3 years, working for the Public Utility Commission in Pennsylvania, state regulator, and then started the popcorn shop. Traveled around with that, would pop popcorn at events, would mentor students. That was my thing. I wanted to like mentor kids and provide for the youth. For young entrepreneurs. And then I started the brick and mortar in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That's where we had the pop shop with all those pop products. And that's when then we migrated to just drinks, and we started canning our own drinks.
Why just drinks?
It's a long story
because
about how we got into blockchain, by the way.
No, I have. There's still many hours in the day. I have time.
Why drinks?
Yeah, you switch from popcorn to sodas because it was cheaper costs?
So we just saw an avenue of growth that existed with canned beverages that we didn't really think existed with popcorn or with a storefront. We were like, oh, we make these drinks, they're high quality drinks, we can them, they're shelf stable, we can have an inventory, we can try and hand off manufacturing, work on just distribution. It just seemed like for the first time in the business there was an actual business model that was sustainable and able to grow from. So we were like, we'll focus on drinks. We already had people that were coming and asking for our drinks. So we were like, let's do that. And it was fun and exciting. At that time, there were not a lot of craft drinks. Like Spindrift had just come to market. LaCroix was booming, beer industry booming, craft beer industry was booming, especially in Pennsylvania. But drinks was like relatively untapped. Recess was one of the first ones. They were doing CBD beverages, but there wasn't a lot of competition, and we knew it was a thing. So we pivoted. We focused just on that. We're growing that brand. Managed to move to Puerto Rico. We were like, well, we want to move from Pennsylvania. We want to source ingredients. So we would source, we'd source lemons, limes, oranges, ginger, flor de Jamaica, like all that stuff locally here. We juice it, produce it, and can it.
So how does it compare in cost to buy everything here instead of importing your raw materials?
Well, so
in terms of percentages, for example.
So, I mean, it was tough to operate out of here, especially when it came to packaging. Nobody is really making aluminum can blanks and distributing them here. I mean, maybe Coca-Cola is at their plant for themselves.
For them,
yeah, but it's for them. So you'd have to import a pallet of cans and lids and your packaging. And so, we weren't doing it at scale, like working with. It's not like we had partnered with Ocean Lab and they were already doing, cans. Not only that, but then right after we moved, COVID happened. So you have all of the logistics and transportation and manufacturing all around the world for cans is shut down. At the same time, Ball, B-A-L-L, they're, like the Ball tins, they make aluminum cans. They just closed one of their plants in America. So there's an aluminum can shortage. And you have the big companies of the world that are like trying to get cans, and it's like trying to get a pallet. Exactly. It's like, no, we'll ship you a truckload. So it was tough. It was really tough. And I mean, it was great working with local farmers. But it was tough. Ultimately, we realized that we were selling an ultra premium product. So we weren't trying to compete with Sunkist. And people that would buy our drinks would pay $5 for a drink because it was delicious. It was really, really good. and it was just like artisan. You know, there's people that are selling beer for the same price and craft cocktails $12. Like, people will pay good money for something that's great.
So it was just a good use without alcohol.
Yeah.
Well,
We wanted to add alcohol as well. We thought that would be really fun to like. So we had gin and lime, or so we have ginger and lime and cane sugar and sparkling water. And we like, oh, well, this would be like a dark and stormy or something, you know, we'll have like a little dark rum, that'd be cool. We never actually got there with our brand. But I mean, maybe someday you'll see it revived, but it's really hard to compete in CPG, especially as a food brand. Shipping canned drinks at scale is really difficult. It was never going to be a successful business model unless we completely pivoted to focusing on working with a manufacturer and a distributor, and like really spend a lot of money to put all the systems in place. Now you go to the store and you get craft drinks. Maybe not so much in Puerto Rico, like those sparkling craft drinks aren't the same, but you know, Miami or New York, or really, you know, any large city in the States is going to have a plethora of craft canned drinks. So we built the brand. We both ended up exiting the company, and that's when I started trading crypto and getting interested in blockchain. And I was like, man, this tech product I started building through the popcorn shop, I was like, that's a thing that should exist on blockchain. You know, we're going to help students showcase their work. They're going to get graded, you know, by teachers in class. It's going to be on this platform. Like, that should be on the blockchain, and that should be part of their digital identity and their body of work that they can take with them. Like, blockchain's the solution for that. And so I was like, well, I'm going to use my skill set and try and learn more about this. So, you know, marketing, brand and business development, NFTs were a thing, community was a thing. So I started inserting myself and figuring out how I could help people in the space, and ultimately got latched on to NFTs. I met the NFT bull run, was trading those, you know, last year, and you know, made money, lost money, but I think at the end of the day, like, we're sitting here in this bus, like, it's the friendships that you make, like, from this journey.
Exactly.
Is really what's kind of kept me around. And yeah, that's a little bit about my background, my story, how I got into crypto, NFTs. Now I use my skill set to help brands. I have a variety of ways that I help people and a variety of projects that I help with. But yeah, it's really, a lot of it just starts with, you know, connecting people or listening. You know, I'm always on Twitter. I'm trying to figure out new products and projects and say this. So I've developed a sense for seeing something and being like, oh, that's gonna work, or figuring out the questions to ask to make sure that entrepreneurs thought through it. Like, I met this gal Yami. Do you know Yami? Yami? She's a NFT Koki collection. She's like an Airbnb type of thing with experiences. I really love what she's doing. She's got a great model, not just selling the NFTs for experiences and access, but then she's working to connect homeowners to rent out their home, and she's got a commission model that's built into that so she can sustain her brand even without resale. And there's already these Airbnbs that exist, so why can't that be something that exists on the blockchain that you build experiences off of? So I love like listening to projects and learning about new projects that are using digital collectibles and blockchain to grow.
So what is the current project that you're working on? What are you currently doing right now in blockchain?
So I'm doing some product design for this platform. They use AI. They pair AI and blockchain. It's focused on NFT trading, but I mean, blockchain is it's data. It's information that exists that anybody can see and verify so long as they have an internet connection. But there's so much data and information that it's near impossible for you or me to sort through that. So we can create digital tools and machines to sort through that data and give us and tell us the information and display that in a visual way or an organized way, or to decipher themes that come from that. And so I'm helping a company merge AI and blockchain for NFTs. I've co-designed a platform for them. I've helped them with their brand design. It's called Genoa, GINOA.io.
So basically, it's using AI to crunch data and give you information for predictions.
Yeah, for predictions. So for NFT,
When I say predictions, like predicting more or less if it's going to supposed to go up or down, I guess. Or is it more other kind of information? Is it to help the buyer or seller determine if they want to buy or sell?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, some people are walking around with these JPEGs in their pocket or in their wallet. They cost them $10,000, $100,000 or whatever. They're hanging on their wall, but they spend a good amount of money on it. But as the price of Ethereum changes relative to the US dollar, as the price of Bitcoin changes, as the price of Ethereum changes in comparison to Bitcoin, it becomes more difficult to value what your NFT is worth, what your collectible is. So it's like you have a pricing expert for your home. You're going to sell your home. You're going to go to you're going to get that appraised. Your jewelry, your expensive art or whatever, you're going to go to an appraiser that's an expert. Well, our expert is the blockchain because they have all of the data available that we talked about. So we cipher through that and we say, oh, this is what this is worth based upon sales history, recent sales, traits, file type. Is it an image, a GIF, is it a song? Is it something else? What are these token prices? How have they changed? What are the sales history overall? And so we put that data together and we say, this is your asset value. And that's really helpful if you're doing the PFP collections, right? 10,000 doodles or jibaros or whatever. We can say by trait and rarity, well, this is worth more than that, and this is why. So first it's a valuation thing. But there's other information that exists too, like they're really into gaming. And so somebody that's using an NFT for a game, it's in their wallet, and we can say, oh, this person does really well with this game. And maybe they want to rent an NFT from somebody that's not just is it like not just is it really good for that game, but we know based upon like what this person uses in their other NFTs that they'll do really well like with this actual like type of character. Say there's 3 types of characters in the game. Oh, they do best with this person. So we want to rent the lease, or we want to pair the person that wants to lease the digital asset with the person that wants to rent the digital asset. And we can say you should rent to this type of person based upon their blockchain data and their interaction. So there's a lot of data and information there. So we can help people get the best prices if they want to rent something, if they want to sell something. And yeah, so it's a data mechanism. They'd like to have an autonomous trading bot where it'll be able to snipe or buy undervalued assets and list them at a better valuation. Yeah, that's just some of the stuff that they like to do. Oh, wallet pairings. Okay, say you own a bunch of Azukis. That's like a top project, and a bunch of doodles and a bunch of Tyler Hobbs digital art. He did like the Fidenzas and stuff. And say we can see that you're buying. The blockchain will show. Are you buying those? Or it can show like if you're placing offers on things. And say there's somebody else with similar assets, but they're missing one, but they're actively placing offers on something else, right? So these are 2 wallets that should be linked together. They want to be on the opposite side of transactions. And our AI can be able to pair wallets that are trying to execute the same trade, or that might just want to know each other because they have they've got 3 Fidenzas, they got 3 Azukis, 3 doodles, and they're different people, maybe they've got other stuff in common. And so through our platform there's a messaging feature, so we can say, hey, you should message this person, you've got a similar collection, or hey, you're placing offers and this person's listing things from that collection. So yeah, so we use information and data to make trading better. I think it's pretty cool.
It sounds awesome, especially the part of being able to recommend, because
recommendations.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that, for example, there's going to be a point in which people are going to be able to buy or rent a team of the next League of Legends NFT version, for example.
And you want to rent it to somebody that's going to use your collectible the best because you're making money from it too, you know? These play to earn games, you're both going to get something. So give it to somebody that's the best value, not just the best value, but it's the best use case for that specific one you own, you know? A builder, maybe you have land in Decentraland, you're gonna build something on it. Like, you don't want to rent it to somebody that builds something that doesn't fit in with the rest of the things that are around you. Or maybe you do, but like, we have that information, we can connect you, you know?
So right now, is it like a subscription-based system?
So the platform is free to view digital collectibles and see the information that we're providing. There'll be a fee for trading. We want to allow trading. So not just buying and selling to enter and exit an NFT collection, but to swap and to negotiate and to barter, right? And so there'll be a fee associated with those transactions. But there's the company.
You wouldn't be able to. Why would someone stay in the marketplace and use that and pay that fee instead of going to a separate marketplace? You don't get to see the information unless you use the fee.
Well, because there's a trust issue on other places. So there's competitors, right? There's two that kind of come to mind. One is NFT Trader and SudoSwap OTC, where you and I we meet on Twitter, we negotiate a trade, somebody sets it up, and it happens. But what you see, and I've got screenshots, and I've DM people. Well, it won't actually be a Bored Ape from the Bored Ape Yacht Club collection, right? I was negotiating a trade, and somebody was gonna send me WETH or wrapped ETH. And I looked at the contract. It was WETH. It was not wrapped ETH. And so we solved the trust problem. So you're gonna want to stay there because we're verifying it's a Bored Ape and it's valued at this, and we're verifying that it's actually Ethereum that you're gonna get. So I would pay a small fee for that trust issue to solve that trust problem. In addition, the company has a token. So they'll allow you to stake your token for reduced fees. They'll have NFT passes. You can stake your NFT pass, or you can have the pass for reduced fees. So, yeah, I think the trust issue, the immediacy, you know, being able to do it right then, and then the valuation is we're giving you the valuation. We're saying you should ask for more. You want to trade this Bored Ape for that Bored Ape? Well, this one's worth 5 ETH more, so you should ask for 5 ETH in addition to that. You might as well just do it all on our platform.
So it's basically a data-driven advisor.
I'm a builder.
But the actual platform is basically. It works.
An advisor.
Yeah, it works. I mean, we were paying like an advising fee, but you're going to be earning it back because you're gonna be saving money, or you're gonna be getting a better trade. They're gonna let you know, hey, this is not good.
Yeah, you should ask for more for this. You're just gonna say, you're like, oh, I didn't know that I should ask for 5 ETH in addition, like, but that's the going rate, you know.
Awesome.
That's what I'm working on. That's a little bit about me.
And then let's do a final question to close. This interview has been amazing. I mean, you dominate like everything from popcorn. I mean, in the way you explain it, you really dominate what you're talking about, and it's a pleasure to talk to you because you know what you're saying.
Thank you.
In life, as an entrepreneur, what has been like the most difficult challenge you have come across, and how did you solve it? And if you haven't, what steps do you take to get closer to solving it?
Wow, that's a lot. There's a lot to unpack there. I mean, as far as just entrepreneurship in general, if somebody's listening to this and they want advice, I mean, it's easy to trust the wrong people. It's easy to spend money on things that you don't need to spend money on. Like, cash is your lifeblood, so I definitely try to do everything I can to not spend. Not doing the research up front, I think, leads to a lot of extra expenditures and mistakes or learning experiences down the road. You really have to learn to take, just because you have an idea. I love entrepreneurs, I love their ideas. And there's a lot of things that they can do before they get to the thing that they want to get to. So I'll give an example. There's this guy I know, he wanted to connect dads, specifically dads, with their kids. And to do that, he wanted to put together a monthly subscription box that he would send them with information about how dads could work with their kids. It's a really great and beautiful thing. It's beautiful. And I was like, but what are the things that we can do before we get there, right? Like, you don't have, right now you got to start, you got to have the capital to build these gifts, you got to work with all these gift people. I'm like, what if you just start a podcast where you interview dads and you get them to talk with their kids, or you get a panel of dads and 3 dads, and every week or every other week you just like interview dads, and it's all geared towards the launch of this thing, right? Like, you don't have to launch this product right now. Say that's your vision. You don't got to jump. I clapped. You don't got to jump right into that. You can do these other things for free, like recording, like you're doing right now, and you can have a podcast, and you can say, we want to build this farm. We want to build this gift box subscription service. What are the other things we can do? So your idea is this big thing, and I'd encourage people to take the steps up front to do the other small things to get there, because so many people just want to jump into their dream. And through these conversations, like, you can learn, you can get advice, you can get feedback, maybe you pivot. And so I think some people get locked into the vision of the one thing and forget to like take the steps back and do other stuff that can just help get them there.
And maybe those other stuff also help you realize that you might not going behind the right thing, like the going towards the correct goal. Maybe you need to polish it or clean it up somehow and just change it a little bit. So so that's some advice. What other sort of lessons, hard lessons? I mean, I think this has been a great interview. You've covered many bases, and
I would encourage people, if they're interested in something, to just start. Like, I know for me, I want to say that I'm really thankful for my friends, and I think, we have people in our lives that are there to support us and to listen to us, and I think so many people are like afraid to reach out to their friends and say, hey, I need help with this, or hey, can I ask you this, or hey, I'm not doing well right now. And so I would just encourage anybody, if it's a business or whatever, to make sure that they lean on their friends constantly. If you try and lean on a friend and they disappear, they're not your friend. So at least you'll figure that out. And 2, the people that you lean on, the people that you're friends, they want you to do that, and not enough people do that. So I'm super thankful for my friends, the people that support me, listen to me, that deal with me, and like let me cry and like be happy and support. Like, so definitely cherish your friends. They're part of your journey too. And I was gonna say before that it's easy for me to get in my own way and to overthink myself and try and let this idea of perfection get in the way of good or progress. And stuff gets messy, and that's okay. And just be like, say you mess something up, tell yourself, hey, I had the courage to try. Or tell your partner gets mad at you, hey, maybe I didn't do that the right way, but I wanted to have the courage to try. And so, yeah, anybody that's listening to this, they're afraid of blockchain or NFTs, or to say hi to their dad, I don't know, like, give it a shot. We're all in this together, and we're figuring it out. So, yeah, that's me. That's what I'm about. Thank you for this opportunity.